In this video, I'm in Tallinn, Estonia, taking you on a walking tour of this beautiful city. Hello, I'm Phil Ernest, and this is my 72nd country, Estonia.
Never lost roamer with Phil Ernest.
Estonia is located 87 kilometers south of Helsinki, Finland, just off the Gulf of Finland. It's the entrance to the old quarters in Estonia, in Tallinn. Look at all these flowers they have here, letting out at the very start of it. And then you see like that castle thing, and I'm gonna walk around this old town and see what I can find here. Look at this beautiful day, nice big blue sky here overlooking where you're entering in. First thing you see here is kebab, and then underneath that, McDonald's right there. And the prices are really affordable here. Look at what you can get here. These are on the Euro system prices here. €6, €7. Real good, affordable food here. Artist doing work in the street. Street artist. Making his little paintings and selling them. Look at this. Got a great big old bull here sitting on a bench. Never know what you're going to find in these small areas with the artwork that they got. Look at that. This is kind of like in the center of this little old town area. Look, they got all kinds of restaurants here, and then they have a big church right over here. So this is a really nice little walking old town area of Estonia in Tallinn. And just below that church that I showed you earlier, you'll find Town Hall Square beside Town Hall in the center of the Tallinn Old Town. So an easier way to put it is, this is the center of the Old Town. As I pan the camera around showing you this old town, it reminds me very much of the old towns that I've seen in Rothenburg, Germany, Barcelona, Spain, and Stockholm, Sweden. If you're finding this video informative, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to receive more of this informative content, please subscribe to the channel. This is one of the museums here. It's converted church into a museum. Look at that. It's what has a great big tower there, right there. Look at that. Right here in Tallinn, the Hollywood Monument. Right there, you're looking at it. And then panning around here, you see the rest of the buildings that just fall right into place here. My City Hotel with a bunch of flags in front of it. Another view here of the Tallinn Square. This is really neat. They have these signs here, tourist information, Town Hall Square, giving you ideas of where places are at. This is Freedom Square. It is a plaza in the southern end of Old Town. In this square, state functions are held like various concerts, but on this day, it's all about the Tallinn Marathon. As you can see, they're fired up and ready for this event that happens every September. I was here in early September when this event was taking place. Also in this square, you can find St. John's Church, as well as an underground shopping center. On this particular day of the marathon, Nike is sponsoring it, so they have their pop-up store there, as the runners have now started to gather around, getting excited for the marathon happening the very next day. This is a really neat door. Look at this. Carved in. Wow, look at that detail. All that work, Viking up there high atop. Here's a guy selling something. Really cool. This is the Russian part of the old town area. It's a Russian gallery. You can start to see a lot of the Russian influence in this little old town. Another classic building. When you least expect it, another one pops up around the corner. And speaking of corner, here is another building with that same corner architecture style. Really nicely done. As you come around here panning, you start to see the castle here at the very end. This is nice. Look at this. Pretty neat little tunnel that you go through here. Coming out, see the Christ up there in the upper left, crucifixion, cross, going through here. This is what this is right here, this building. And here it is from the other side, different perspective, going through that area right there. Actually, this is really neat. Even when the sun starts to go down like now, Look at streets, perfectly safe to walk. A lot of the tourists that were here are gone. They're usually come in on the cruise lines, and after like 6, you start to really see this place thin out with tourists and people. Okay, so check this out. They have all these little walkways, skinny little alleys. This is near the, look at this Black Forge right here. Kind of neat things you can see, and just walking around this little old town, you never know what you may see that you may have missed the day before, but you catch the next day. After walking up this path right here for quite a ways, we come to this big old huge church right here. Let me go check this out, see if we can even get inside. Looks really neat. I like the design, kind of like a Russian or Greek church. And here's the front of that big Russian church right here. Look at that. So that was pretty neat. They do allow you to go inside and check out, look at it. However, they don't allow any video or pictures inside, but it is really beautiful in there. So glad I got a chance to go in and experience that for myself. And here's yet another angle of this really fantastic looking church here. And this is the Parliament building here for Estonia, their castle. Right here, and right across the way, you'll see the Russian church right here. The old charm of these buildings here in Old Town, they all have red roofs. So when you're flying in, you can see it from a distance. You'll immediately know you're in looking at the Old Town from high above when you look down on it with these red roofs. One of the downsides of walking in this in Old Town are these cobblestone streets. Look, these can take a beating on your feet after a while of walking on it. So make sure you wear comfortable shoes if you do plan on walking ever on cobblestone roads like that. There's a church right here. This is a neat little sculpture they have here hanging out of a building. I gotta tell you, they do have some really nice sculptures walking around this town. When you least expect it, a really neat sculpture pops up. In honor of the marathon, they got all the flags out. And this is a view from above of the marathon finish line. People not only from Estonia come here, but also nearby countries like Latvia and Lithuania. At the end of the marathon, as the runners come in, the ladies put the medal around their necks. Right now, it's a lot of very few and far between runners come in at this point, toward the end of the race now. This is interesting, kind of a long line here of protests from the people of Estonia against Putin and his Russian army. Different street signs here. A whole bunch of signs that protesters have put up. Look at that, the bloodshed and all those who've been killed in the war. So they have a whole big alley here of things against it. Interesting. And it goes on and on and on. You are looking at Olaf's Church. This church, with the bell tower 407 feet high, was believed to have been built in the 12th century and to have been the center for Old Tallin's Scandinavian community before Denmark conquered Tallinn in 1219. The church was named after King Olaf II of Norway. It is a Baptist church. Check out this church right here. Huge, huge inside. Look at this. I don't think I've been in a church this big inside, but relatively small, seating-wise. Look at this. Look at the ceiling too. Look at that. And an organ. Nice big organ right there. Look at that. Wow, incredible. Another hidden gem. And this is Tallinn, just outside of the Old Town. You'll see it kind of looks like a modern area. This church is very different from the previous church. For starters, it has 2 western towers. The church is designed in the tradition of Western European cathedrals. This is Charles Church. It is a Lutheran church named after Swedish King Charles XI. The architecture style is Romanesque Revival style. Notice the wide altar in the front and the mural of Jesus high atop, and the big beautiful pipe organ in the back of the church. While this church may look new, it was completed in 1870, which makes it over 150 years old. So that will more than do it for this video on my walking tour of Tallinn. If you'd like to see my other travel videos, please click on the link now. Thank you so much for watching.
Never